Do you sometimes worry if someone would hack your Google account? I know I think about it. And today I want to share 7 very easy steps to make your account as secure as possible. We start with the very minimal security points. And when we get to point number 7, we talk about really trying to lock out all hackers. So let's move over to my computer and see what steps you can take to secure your Google account. So here we are in my Google account, and we start by going to Manage Google Account. And then we choose Security. And if you scroll down a little bit, you come to Signing in to Google. Step number 1 is to change your password. We click on the arrow after Change Password. We first have to put in the password that we have right now. Next. And here we can put in our new password. One thing that's important here is to use different passwords for each account you are using. So I write my new password and I have to repeat it a second time. When you choose your password, there are a couple of things to think about. First, use a mix of caps and lowercase letters. Second, use numbers and other symbols with your password. And thirdly, don't use a regular or predictable word. And then we go back to step 2, which is turn on two-step verification. We click Get Started and we set up a phone number for verification, our mobile phone number. And they also ask how do you want your codes, and here you can choose text message or phone call. You have some more options like a security key or a Google prompt. I will come back to the security. When you have put up your number, click Next, and you will get a code sent to the phone number you set up. When you get that code, you just put it into the confirmation. And this is a one-time code, and click Next. And then it's turned on. Step 3 in this is to scroll down to backup codes. You have to put in your new password here to move on, and then click Next. Then you will see a button saying Get Backup Codes. These codes you can choose to print or download to the computer. I prefer to print them, and they can be used if you for some reason don't have access to your phone. As you can see, you can also get new codes, and the old ones are no longer working. In step 4, we are going to add a recovery email to our Google account. This should be a different email than your Google email. And to do so, we go to add recovery email. We put in the new email address and we click Next. Go to that email account and get an email from Google including a code that we had to put in here to verify that that email address worked and that we got the email. And when that is done, we can go back to our security. Next step is to set up our smartphone's Authentication App. This is probably the step where most of us can stop. So we go back into two-step verification, putting in our email. And if you scroll down, you will see Add Authentication App. They suggest to use the Google Authenticator. I don't use that because I want an app that I have to log into when I use it. Otherwise, if someone gets their hands on my phone, I have also given them the key to all my accounts where I use two-step verification. All I have to do now is to open my Authentication app and take a picture of that QR code. In my app, I will now get a code in my Authentication app that I put in here on Google's website, and my Google account is connected to my verification app or authentication app. There are a couple of things to think about. Choose your app very carefully. As I said earlier, I choose to not use Google's verification app since it has no login function. Be careful when you choose. If you later on want to change your authentication app on your phone, you have to redo the process of taking photos of the QR code for each account all over the internet where you use a two-step verification. Be very careful when you choose your authentication app. The very last step, and this is just if you are very precautious or if you have a lot of personal information on your Google Drive, for example, tax information or other personal information, including your social security number, for example, you can use the security key. This is a physical USB key that you have to put into your computer every time you log in to your account. I hope this video helped you to feel a little bit more secure when you use your Google account. Until next time, as we say in Sweden, hej då!